2 Samuel chapter number 7, verse number 1. And it says this. And it came to pass when the king sat in the house. This is little K king. And the Lord had from all his enemies. That the king said unto Nathan of cedar, but the ark of God dwell within curtains. And Nathan said to the king, Go, do all that is in thy heart, for the Lord is with thee. And he came unto Nathan, saying, Go tell my servant David, thus saith the Lord, shalt thou build me a house for me to dwell in? Dwell in any house since the time that I brought up the children out of Israel. Out of Israel out of Egypt, even to this day. But I have walked in these places where I have walked with all the children of Israel. Spake I a word with any of the tribes of Israel, who I commanded to feed my people, saying, Why build ye not me an house of cedar? It's this. And he says this. So now I'm in 2 Samuel chapter number 7, verse number 8. And it says, Now therefore, so shall thou say unto thy servant David, I took thee from the sheepcote, from following the sheep, to be a ruler over my people of Israel. And I was with thee whensoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thy enemies out of their sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto. And moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more, neither shall the for me. And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people, Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thy enemies, and the Lord telleth thee that he will, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers. I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bow, and I will establish his kingdom. And he shall build an house of his kingdom for forever. So what we just read here, this is part of the Davidic covenants. And this is Nathan, talking to David and David being spoken to, and now they are establishing this covenant. That again, if you do what I tell you to do, move how I tell you to move, then I'm going to take care of you. In fact, the whole point was the king was talking about, I do not have a place to dwell. I was dwelling in tents. Remember, the Ark of the Covenant was the artifact that they took from place to place, and the ark rested in a tent. And so the king makes this statement of talking about how he has this house of cedar and all this beautiful stuff, yet the Spirit of God is outside in a tent. He had a problem with that. And so now he takes that, and now he has permission to go, and God establishes this with them and said that they're going to build this house, and this house is going to be there, and he's going to dwell there. And in fact, what he's doing is he is establishing his kingdom here on the earth. His kingdom is being established here in the earth, and it would lead and start the lineage of Jesus Christ, who would come and be the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So God has always had a plan. Our job is to understand, where do we fit into that plan? and we fit into that plan this way. Let's go to John. I want to go to Saint John. I'm sorry that the computer is running a little wacky tonight. Saint John 1:14. We'll go to Saint John 1:14. All right. St. John 1:14. And it says this: And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we behold his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bare witness of him and cried, This was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And of his fullness have all we received, and grace for grace. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Jesus Christ. No man hath seen God at any time, the only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him. So our fulfillment based on these plans comes in the fulfillment of Christ. So as we find what God's plan is and we understand his plan has always been, number one, to prosper us, to grow, to be better. Number two, to establish his kingdom. And number three, was going to do that by sending his son, Jesus Christ, down to be able to share that with us. Because in John 3:16 it says this: For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but shall have everlasting life. Again, another piece of the puzzle as we unveil this plan. All right, let's go to Hebrews. We'll go to Hebrews in first chapter. Hebrews chapter number 1. Hebrews chapter 1, and it says this. It says, God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in the time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. So he's established the kingdom. Now he sends his son down, Jesus Christ, and now what he has everything in his hand. Okay? This is where we're going with this, right? And so he's made all the words that he's made, he's going to inherit them. Last verse, and then we're going to call it a night. My machine is not acting the best tonight. I think it might be time for a new one, church. Okay, I'm waiting for it to do what it do. All right. 5. I'm going to go verses 12 through 21, and it says this. Wherefore